Good morning. This is Katie. Sorry I missed class yesterday. My husband is still in the hospital, so I am not coming to campus again today, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys had the information that you needed to wrap up your cross-curricular unit plan so that you're ready to go for our final on Monday. Um, so anyways, what probably your final thing that you're working on is just formalizing your 10 days worth of lesson plans. Um, so anyways, when you are doing your lesson plans, and you should have a minimum of 10 lessons within your unit plan, you should have 10 daily learning targets, mini lesson description. So essentially that's how you're going to teach the student during that day. And then what is the student going to do during work time, or how will you actively engage each student every day? And then a debrief description for each of those 10 days. One of the things that I find useful as I'm planning lessons is first I need to kind of brainstorm and make a list. And I think probably most of you are past that step now, but I like to think of, what steps would I need to take to accomplish this final culminating project or my final goal. So how does today fit in with your final project is a good question to ask yourself. What literacy skills will students need to be successful today within the final project and within the final project work time? What content will they need to uncover or construct in order to be successful? And then how does this day fit with the day before and tomorrow to lead to the final project? So those are all kind of questions that I use to guide my thinking as I'm planning my daily lessons. One of the things that I wanted to make sure you knew, on the template, it says, there's a little box that says list of assessments, formative and summative. Remove that. You don't need to do that. We ran out of time to talk about it and give it a fair amount of time for you guys to do it well, so I'm not going to worry about that piece. So go ahead and take that out. And so anyways, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that my sample was available on D2L. So that might give you some help in looking at your own projects. I will tell you, I didn't do 10 days worth of lesson plans on my sample. I only have 2. So the number is not accurate, of course, but let's just take a look at it real quick via the video. Oops. Just want to make sure I was recording. The other day I wasn't. So let's see. If I go into content, here is the cross-curricular unit sample for you to look at. So as yours is completed, you should have this first part, as you guys know, and I think the majority of you have that done, with learning targets, a description of the culminating project. So here's my lessons. So I have my learning targets that we're working on, I have my introduction, and then I have broken down my work time into kind of 2 parts. That's not necessarily necessary for you, but it just seemed to make sense for this particular lesson. So as I was reading, I was going to ask the students to discuss these things. And that's almost more part of the mini lesson or introduction. And then the students' individual work time, I wanted them to start finding more out about the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival after they've read the book, so gain some background knowledge. Excuse me, I've got the sneezes. And then my debrief or closure is to ask students to share one thing that they've learned through research. So if that's my sample of how I've set it up. I would say 1/3 to 1/2 to 1/4 of a page per lesson is a fine amount of space to take up. And those are the main components that I'm looking for. I've popped my rubric in for that. And then differentiation. I want you to just think about, if you have a student that's falling behind or having difficulty, what are you going to do to support that student, or what could you do? So there's an audio recording to go with a handout that I thought could be a differentiation thing. So if the student was having difficulty reading, they could have the audio recording, could do small group instruction, writing conferences are all things that I could do to differentiate my instruction. So as you're thinking about your project, what could you do? List the resources and materials. To get full credit, if you have any documents that you're needing for your unit plan, pop them in the unit plan as an attachment. So I have the Venn diagram and then the who, what, when, where, why, how note-taking sheet in there, just so that whomever is going to do my unit would have that available. So then the last thing I wanted to point out to you as you work on completing your unit plan, the rubric is available in D2L. So take a look at yours and just, kind of see if you think it fits the way it's supposed to. So with your unit overview, it says you have a unit that includes the title, 2 content areas being addressed, grade level, written theme or overview, text resources with links to any online sources. And so anyways, just make sure you double check the rubric. And standards and learning targets is another section that you'll want to review. And then final project, and then daily lessons. That's how your unit plan will be scored. So it's worth 40 points for the unit itself, and then 10 points for participation in the curriculum fair during our final time on Monday. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I should be in campus hopefully on Friday, unless something crazy goes on with my husband. I don't know, and I will let you guys know that. But for sure, I will be there on Monday. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. And I hope you guys are doing well and are figuring this out. And like I said, let me know if you have any questions. I have access to email, so I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Have a nice day. Bye.